We live?
We are live.
Yo, what's good? Welcome back to the Black Aperture Podcast, episode 55.
Ah,
Yeah, it's your boy Charlotte Exotic Spotter.
it's your boy Tote Media.
Yes, sir. And yeah, so we're gonna get into it again.
Straight into it.
Yeah, straight into it. So we're gonna talk about editing software for photos and videos. People are always asking, what do we use? What's a good software to use?
Yep.
So yeah, we're just gonna give you some paid subscriptions and free, with the option to pay if you want to. But yeah, let's rock and roll. What you got?
We can start off the bat with the paid.
Yeah.
The one that I'm most familiar with is pretty much Adobe Cloud. With that, you get a ton of different software. I think it's around $50 a month, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Somewhere around there for the full cloud.
It's a lot cheaper than what it used to be.
Yes, it is. I think it was like 120 at one point. But yeah, so Adobe Cloud, I use that. Like I said, that's like a suite of different software. Some of the softwares that I use out of that suite is Photoshop. Pretty much that's for like photos, obviously. Photos, like pretty much all my graphic design stuff. I use that. What else? Premiere Pro. I use that a lot. And After Effects. A lot of like the effects that you see on my videos comes from After Effects. And yeah, the good thing about having that subscription is like everything pretty much works together.
Yeah.
And it keeps like the number of programs you have down. It also has like a cloud storage that comes with the subscription as well. So yeah, that's mainly the ones that I use as far as paid. Also, once you have that paid subscription, you also get Adobe Rush, which is like the mobile phone video editing app. I use it, but not a lot.
Yeah, it's on the desktop too, but it's mainly.
It's literally like what is the best way to describe it?
I mean, it's like iMovie.
Yeah, I know.
It's pretty much like iMovie, except the crazy thing is there's actually a little bit more that you can do now on iMovie than you can on Adobe Rush.
Yeah.
Adobe Rush is like the bare minimum.
Yeah, it's very, very basic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a good way to introduce you into
it's a good starter.
A good starter for video editing, whether if you're Android or iPhone. If you're just doing it on your phone or if you're doing Mac or PC, like it's a great starter tool to get you used to cutting, chopping, moving footage around, basic effects. So, yeah.
Chop it.
Yeah. But, yeah, that's a good one. I know it, like I said, if you're a Mac user, you have access to the Adobe suite, which is all the Adobe programs. Yeah. Like I said, it's a paid.
Oh yeah, I forgot one.
What?
So you also get Photoshop Express as well, and that's like the mobile or like when we say mobile, are we talking about phones and like tablets?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like the mobile version of
Photoshop.
Yeah.
Which actually there's a couple of Photoshop apps through Adobe on the phone.
Yeah.
Actually, there's a lot of the stuff once you subscribe to the Adobe Cloud and get the Adobe Suite, which is all of the Adobe programs.
Yeah.
There's a mass majority of them that also have mobile versions as well, except for Premiere Pro, which is way too deep. That's
your
not
phone would like
it would crash.
blow up in your-
So so that's not on. That's one of the main ones that's not on there. That's desktop only.
Yeah.
But with Lightroom, like I said, I mean not Lightroom. With Adobe, you do get Lightroom Mobile, Photoshop Express. There's another Photoshop one. I don't use it as much, but it's a part of the Adobe suite.
Mhm.
Adobe, there's another Adobe app that actually, shout out to Fast Forward Media. He is one that showed me the other week about that, which is good for creating templates and especially good videos for like Instagram and stuff. So that's something to check out as well. But like I was going back and saying with outside the Adobe package, if you are a Apple user or Mac user, you have access to Final Cut and Final Cut Pro. And then iMovie, which is free and basic on your cell phone as well as on your MacBook. So those are good editing softwares for Lightroom is for, I mean, not Lightroom, Adobe is for photo and video. Right. Final Cut and iMovie is mainly for video, but you can create some photo slideshows and things of that sort. Right. And then we got some cheap alternatives. If you don't want to pay for a subscription, there are some cheap alternatives now. The only thing with cheap alternatives are, it is what it is. It is a cheaper alternative, but if you can put your thinking cap on and be creative, you can definitely get around these. Now, the things that I'm about to recommend are all, like I said, you have what they call a light version, LITE, which is pretty much the unpaid portion of the app. That gives you like just the basic things that you can do, basic edits, basic overlays, basic LUTs, just basic functions and features of the app. And that's kind of a way to draw you in to buy the full version, which that's what I ended up doing, is buying the full version. Because if I'm gonna have an app and I'm like, ooh, that look nice, I'm gonna put that on there. But I can't do it. You got to subscribe to it. Like I'm just like, okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and pay the 1 year subscription or the lifetime subscription and just buy it. Yeah. But a good photo editing app is called Afterlight. Now, actually, it's funny because Afterlight actually pairs with Adobe Lightroom with presets, but you just have to again buy it. You don't have to, but you can buy those additional presets. And I like Afterlight because it has a lot of seasonal presets and travel presets. It's good on skin tones. It's good on actually shooting if you do food photography, travel photography, portrait photography. So it's absolutely outstanding for photos. Yeah. And then I just had 2 more for video. One is called Vlogstar, which is really good if you do YouTube or any type of vlogging. This one has a lot of presets that are geared towards YouTube style video recording and vlogging, things of that sort. So again, there's a free version and then there's a paid portion of it. But it'll help you get your foot in the door with extra effects as well. Yeah. And then lastly, now, if you ever come across Indian YouTube, it seems like this is the only app that they use. And I'm like, what is so good about it? But then I started looking at some of the effects that they can create in there. Like this app actually got like green screens. You can do like 15 layer overlays with this app on videos, but it's called KineMaster, KINE Master. Yeah, it is. Again, it has a free version of it, but if you pay to get that subscription, this app is deep. I would say this is like the Premiere Pro of cell phone apps.
Right.
Like it's deep. So that's some things y'all can take a look at, man.
Yeah. Yeah. So I have one free one. And it's one that's been around for a very long time, but not a lot of people know about it. It's pretty much a Photoshop alternative, and it will always be free. It is called GIMP, and you can download it at gimp.org, and that's GIMP. Pretty much, it's basically Photoshop, but it doesn't have. It's not as confusing as Photoshop. Photoshop can be very confusing, especially starting out. GIMP is something that I used since like middle school. It's very easy to learn. You'll see a lot of like tutorials. You can find a lot of like learning material and tutorials using GIMP. Also, you can use like all your like Photoshop files. You can save a Photoshop file, and also your Photoshop brushes. I don't think it does scripts. I haven't used it in a while. Yeah, GIMP is like a very solid alternative to Photoshop if you need it. Like I said, I used it for like years growing up. When I couldn't afford like a subscription like middle school years.
Yeah. So it's a lot of alternatives out there. Like I said, people are always asking, what do you use? What software you use to edit. Even a lot of these newer phones, like Samsung and iPhone, a lot of them have built-in editing right there on the picture that you can edit the photos, especially. And I was checking out. My brother-in-law was actually showing me them new Samsungs. Man, they got like a plethora of like edits. Like you can even do bokeh. You can do color grading. You can edit the videos. You can slow them down. All kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Right there on the phone itself. So there's a lot of alternatives out there if you don't want to pay for the subscription, or at the time it's just not in your budget. There, like I said, there are alternatives out there. So
we just wanted to share like a few with you all because we all started somewhere.
And I'm pretty sure there are other ones out there. Like I said, those are just the ones that we wanted to share. So I hope that this helps, and we look forward to seeing what you all create from that.
Yeah, what we should start doing?
What?
We should start like featuring, like doing like a shout out to some people.
Yeah, or like almost like a photo of the day.
Yeah,
or something like a
photographer.
Yeah, photographer of the day. Yeah, that would be dope. Let us know if y'all would like to do that. It's something we'll definitely start incorporating into it, man. So definitely like you said, a shout out day for a photographer, videographer of the day.
Yeah,
I think that'd be dope, man.
Yeah. But all right, it's your boy Tote.
Yeah,
Tote Media.
Your boy Charlotte, Exotic Spotter, and we appreciate you all joining us here again on the Black Aperture Podcast, man. Y'all have a great day.
All right, peace.